This is so not cute. Like, this house is a mess. It's like, I'm never gonna get to happy hour. Somebody please, like, what am I supposed to do? Like, I'm gonna be so late. I'm never gonna make it. Mom, like, what am I supposed to do? Like, help me figure this out. You know, I tried the Fabuloso. I tried the clogs. I mean, do something, Mom. Help me.
Well, you know what? I guess I'm gonna have to send you some help. God, hurry up.
But Mom, what's that noise?
It's that blower. I want to have my hair like Beyonce. What's up with that? God, do I have to tell you every goddamn thing?
Oh, we got to make sure Miss Lady get to happy hour tonight. We got to get in here and clean.
For you.
Are you my fairy Mary maid?
Don't worry, we're going to take care of everything.
Fairy Mary maid. Like, what about, like, my shoes?
And all your Italian shoes are going to be in perfect order.
Doesn't the Pope have red shoes?
Yeah, but, like, what about all my colognes?
Does he really have all these colognes?
Oh my God, Miss Fairy Mary maid, but, like, I don't got no coins.
And you're going to get a gold card and it will never decline.
It's time to hit it.
All right, we got this taken care of. All right, yeah, okay, everything's fine. All right. I'll see you in a little bit. Have fun.
Get there before 8.
Why, Fairy Mary maid?
Because they have a cover after 8. Whew, finally, he's gone.
Yeah.
We aren't gonna miss our happy hour. Pop the champagne.
Okay.
Miss Lady always has the good stuff.
And there's something wrong with that child.
Ooh, girl, I know.
Con los terroristas.
And do the Harlem Shake.
Was that kind of gay? That was kind of gay, wasn't it? And I made it to happy hour. I want to thank my very merry maids for like making sure that my maison was clean so I can make it here to be with all of you. And today I have a live audience. What's up with that? That's cute. Yes, they're clapping. That's not a sound effect. They're really clapping. They're all here. Hey, look at that. Hey, audience. Yes, and it was because of the Fairy Mary Maids that I can make it here with the beautiful and the lovely and the chocolate Indiana Davis. Hey, girl. How are you? You look cute.
Thank you.
Ah, it's happy hour, girl. Aren't you happy that I was able to make it? Because, you know, my house was a crazy hot mess, and I was stressed out. I didn't know what I was going to do.
I'm glad you made it, darling.
Yeah, so I also want to, want to thank my mom because it was because of her Puerto Ricanness and her brujeria, and that's what we call magic in Espanol. That she sent me the help, right? And I thought it was kind of cute because I don't know if you heard in the video, I was like, what's that noise? And there's nothing like having Beyonce here, right? So that's cute. Welcome, it's Friday, it's happy hour, and I am so glad that you're watching us. And don't forget, you can always call in, and I know I say that all the time, but sometimes we just get caught up in the kiki, and that's just what happens. But I promise we'll pay attention to the phone, and we have a lot of exciting stuff going on tonight. And we have our Black in the Bay moment, right, with Miss Keisha Pickett from blackinthebay.com, and one of our new mixologists on the show. Her name is Evelyn Morel. She was our guest last week, but now she's totally legit with your financial mixology, all right? So she's gonna give us some helps, on your coins, how to manage your coin right, and we're gonna get a tip from her a little bit later, okay? Anyways, we have a lot of stuff going on, and I know like a lot of times we're a little silly and goofy, but today I have a very, very special guest, a friend of mine, and just a wonderful human being, period. His name is Alan Reynolds. Okay, now I know earlier this week I was posting on Facebook, and I'm sure some of you got the newsletter, which is called The Mixer. And if you're not getting that newsletter, just go to thejorgeshow.com and make sure you subscribe. Because if you're not a subscriber to The Mixer, then you're not going to be able to get into the VIP lounge. And I believe in equality, okay? But there is something to be said for exclusivity. So, if you get the newsletter, you could be in the VIP. If you don't get the newsletter, you won't get the news, so you won't even know how to get into the VIP. You know what I'm saying? So you might want to do that so that we can get all the tea. But anyways, we worked together before on a few different projects, and we were unfortunately, he's run into a little bit of trouble. But you know what? He will survive, and he is here because we are going to discuss, cancer, but men and cancer, and we all know, Indiana, why men don't like to talk?
I don't know. It's just how they're built. They're from Mars. It's so hot there. It's too hot to be talking. It's the red planet,
Well, and that's the thing, we're so familiar with all of the efforts that are done for women with breast cancer and all the other forms of cancer that they get, and then of course the kids. I had someone reach out to me, Ronell, hey, thanks for watching the show and keeping track. But anyway, she reached out and said, you really should highlight a story about children as well. And we are, but I just haven't seen a lot of stuff out there in regards to men. And I'm so happy that Alan is going to share his story with all of us and all of you. So that's going to be really cool. I'm so happy to see him. It's been a minute, and we've been trying to get this up and going for him, and I'm so happy that we are finally able to make it. Don't forget, if you missed the Jorge Show this evening, you can always watch us on Saturday mornings at 11. But this is the tea with that, okay? You got to be careful because now what we're doing can kind of throw you for a loop. Because sometimes happy hour, you start drinking, and you don't remember anything, and then you think something's going to happen, and you thought she was cute or he was cute, and it really wasn't. Well, it's always going to be the week before, okay? So Tonight is Friday. Tomorrow is Saturday. But it will be last Friday's show on Saturday morning. So if you're Alexis and already have had 3 glasses of wine, you're not going to remember this. But you can text me and I'll tell you and let you know again. All right? Now, if you go to the website, thejorgeshow.com, you're going to catch full episodes on there too. Okay? So you got to get the mixer, right? So you can be in VIP and know what's going on. And then you also have to read, girl, did I tell you?
What?
Well, now I have a new blog, right? Because, I used to write for magazines and stuff. I just don't want anything like I just do this and I don't have like the proper training. But anyways, I used to write for magazines and thought that, you know what? I'm going to keep writing, but I'm going to write for all of you, the viewers. So I have a new blog, and guess what it's called?
Dimmy Tuto, tell me.
It's called The Mixologist.
Wow.
That's cute, right?
I didn't see that one coming. I didn't. Really?
Yes, I'm trying to get you together. Oh, and speaking of getting you together, why don't you explain to them what that means?
Okay. Well, this is one of my staple words. I use this at least a couple of times a day probably. I have to get a lot of people together. But it's when you have to straighten someone out, And Jorge does this to me all the time with constructive criticism. And it really should be constructive because we don't advocate bullying here at the Jorge Show. So, you need to get someone together. You might need to pull them aside and say, hey, boom, 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 boom. But in a loving way. That's what getting someone together is.
Yeah, so you just gotta get people together. Not like Madonna, like keep it together in the which I'm totally keeping it together in my family because I have my whole family here. I got my husband here, I got my mommy, I got my daddy, I got my brothers, I got my sisters, and tomorrow we're gonna take a family portrait and God only knows how that's gonna turn out. I mean, all these crazy Puerto Ricans and a few white people are gonna be walking up in Walmart. I'm scared.
Are the dogs going to be is Bellagio going to be in the portrait?
No, but yeah, it's
really
only for family members that have 2 legs.
Okay.
So yeah, and we're gonna do that tomorrow. So I'm gonna drink a lot tonight. So tomorrow morning I won't feel all the drama. I'll just feel the pounding in my head from all the drinks I'm gonna have tonight. But drink responsibly. Listen, I don't have any recipes for you today because we have a jam-packed show. We have a lot to talk about because my mom is gonna come back and kiki with us, and so is Keisha Pickett. And that's gonna be real cray-cray. Earlier this week on Facebook, I asked everyone. I was like, listen, first of all, I want to know what chores you did when you were a kid that you hated to do and that you still do now. And people were blowing me up. They were like, and this, and I didn't like that, and blah, 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 blah. So we're going to talk about that a little bit later. And then we're also going to kiki about, is it cute to snoop, right? So we're going to talk about that a little bit later. And then we're also going to talk about, some people prefer a lady boss, and some people prefer a man boss. And so I asked all of you that, and thank you for responding to my survey on SurveyMonkey. That was real cute. And thank you, Charlotte. And so we're gonna talk about that too, because everyone has a different opinion. I just want to know what's up so we can communicate and see things from a different perspective. So that's gonna be later on in the show when we're all tipsy and stuff. So who knows how long that's gonna take. But anyways, moving right along, Indiana and I had the opportunity to work the red carpet. We had so much fun. Did you have fun?
I had a great time. I'm just natural on the carpet anyway. It's just home to me.
Oh, there you go. A lady always feels at home with her carpet. So anyway, so it's rare that I work the carpet, but red is my favorite color of carpet, and I'll work any carpet that's red. It was the Tampa Bay Business Hall of Fame, and I'm gonna say this correctly because I always mess it up. The Florida Council on Economic Education. Oh yes, thank you. Media training from Pickett PR. Thank you very much. I'm sure they're gonna appreciate this. But anyways, we had the opportunity to work the red carpet, and basically the Tampa Bay Business Hall of Fame. A whole bunch of white people who are rich, and they get together and have a big party, and it was cute. Anyways, and I can't believe we were even invited to do that. I'm like, are you sure they want me to do that? But we did it anyway, and so I'm gonna roll the clip of our little extravaganza that evening, okay? So this is us at the Hall of Fame 2013. 15. It's and you're watching the Jorge Show.
There you go. So we're going to get all the VIPs, and we're going to get all the Hall of Famers on here, and we're going to see what they have to say about tonight's event. Aren't you excited to do this?
I'm really, really, really excited. There's a lot of great people here. There's a lot of Chanel bags here, which is always a plus. And I'm just excited to be here. I think it's going to be great.
All right, so watch out for the red carpet moments on the Jorge Show.
With Indiana and Jorge.
And here she is, the woman in red, Dr. Kerr. How excited are you tonight?
I am very excited. It's still kind of stunning, but I am very excited to represent Florida Southern College, which I think is the best college in the United States of America.
Wow! Now listen, I just had some of the members of her student body on camera, and they were, you know what they were saying? They were saying that you're the best thing that ever happened. You are so involved. You're like one of those presidents who is everywhere you need to be on that campus, and you're always wearing red.
Well, that's true, but the reason that we have the best college in America is because we have the best students in America. So it is a vibrant community and a wonderful place to be.
Wonderful.
And I'd like to ask you, Mr. Austin, what's the importance, in your perspective, of economic literacy?
Well, I'm a very big supporter of it, and I'm promoting it. I'm a past chairman. I was the second chairman of the Florida Council on Economic Education, so I've stayed with this organization from the very beginning. Gus Stavros was first, I was second, and I've been a participant in every one of these Tampa Bay Business Hall of Fames from the beginning.
So we have an original member here. We're so happy to have you, and we can't say enough, you know, how important financial literacy is. And thank you for your interview today.
Ray Murray.
Ray Murray.
And I'm Nancy Murray.
Hello, Mr. and Mrs. Murray. We see that you're a past Hall of Famer, and I'd like to ask you, what does this event mean to you?
Well, it means a lot because it supports education for the kids. It teaches them a lot about business, how to write checks, how to do a loan, do a lease on a car.
How to live in the world.
Yes, ma'am. And how important do you think is financial literacy today?
Oh, it grows more important every day.
Right.
Joey, you are beautiful, Joey. How did you get so lucky? He must be financially literate. Because are you enjoying yourself?
Yes, I love these types of events because this is where you find out who is who, right? In the financial and in the business world. You know, I'm all about like ladies and their business and their coins and stuff like that. But a lot of this, you know, it's not only the ladies but the men's, and it's all about major coins. These are the movers and shakers of the Tampa Bay area.
Amen.
A lot of men's, rich man's.
Now, what would you say to a person like me who's a spender, who spends on shoes when they should be saving? Is there one thing that you maybe could tell me that could turn me around?
I can just tell you, you're going to need an awfully big closet. So if you like closets, then keep on buying. If you don't, quit buying and just save.
That's the word of the day. Thank you so much.
Okay, hey, I'm here with comedian T.I.Z.
Tell it like it, T.I.Z. Tell it like it is, no lie.
Okay, now tell me, what are your impressions about tonight's event? But let's take it from like a comedian's perspective.
Well, this is an epic event full of old people, but they got old money, but they are basically hilarious. I love these people. They are everywhere. They're doing everything. They come from all across the country. They got lots of input and lots of good advice on things that you might need to know. You know, it's all about making money nowadays. I don't see black, I don't see white, I don't see brown, we all see green.
That's what I'm talking about. Anybody who's making like constant deposits into an account is my kind of person.
Absolutely. That's the person I would love to have on my team.
Deanna, how was your night?
I had a great night. It's such a worthy cause. All the people here are very passionate about education, and I just had a great night, and the food's good.
Yes, the food is always good. Congratulations to the Florida Council on Economic Education, and especially to their event planner, Charlotte Davis. Another wonderful job. Have a great year. We'll see you next time.
Thank you.
Good night. Oh, girl. Hey! So that was so much fun. We're back on the air, so you can clap now. Okay.
Yay! Woo-hoo!
I'm like, woo!
Don't mind them. They're brand new, so sometimes they have a little issue with their cues and stuff. But, this is a live show. You never know what can happen. Anyways, we had a blast. And, that was comedian T.I.Z. Wasn't he funny? He is so going to be on the Jorge show. He promised. And I said, well, listen, you have to be on my show before anybody else's show because we want the exclusive. And he needs to think that he's, or feel that he's lucky. But he is really funny. He said he loves the color green. Me too. Anyway, so, and Alexis, who's watching, totally just tweeted me. And, she's very sick. Actually, Alexis was going to be here tonight. And I don't know if you remember Alexis, but prior to my television broadcast, I was doing, some webcasting. And Alexis would kind of co-host with me on the original Jorge show that was just, webcast. But, now that I'm on television, she hasn't had the opportunity to come back. And she's had a couple issues because, we're like BFFs. And she wants to know who all these other bitches are who are calling me or they're BFF. And especially like Miss Bravo, housewife chick. And you're going to have an issue with that. I mean,
she needs to find her place.
But anyway, so of course, I'm going to invite all of them at the same time at like a round table, and we're going to see who comes out on top. But anyways, this is the tea. So, girl, okay, I don't know if you guys saw, Jessica Simpson has been in the news, and she was on Ellen like last week or something like that. Like, you already know what she looks like, so you don't need to see a picture. But what I thought was interesting is like her boobs are so big, right? Because she's Prego. And she said she was on Jimmy Kimmel, right? She's making like, I didn't have time to reach out to her people for her to be on my show because we were just busy. So, she went on my competitor's show, no big deal. And which is cute. And she actually said that she accidentally let it slip that she was having a girl, I think. Was it a girl or a boy? Whatever. She's having another kid and she she accidentally told everybody what the sex was. What was it? Do you remember? A boy? Yeah, you can talk. It's cute. So she's having another boy. Thank you, Erica, in the control room. See, I got my fact checkers, right? Not the Republicans who they check facts that aren't true, but I check the ones that are real. And so, my crew likes to be honest. We're not politicians. We tell the truth. But anyway, so she's having a boy. But what I thought was funny, like she was like, I can't believe I let that slip. And I'm like, well, that's not the only thing that slipped, girl, because like you just had a baby and now you have one on the way. So she's letting other things slip in there other than what's the sex of the baby. So I just thought, interesting. But anyway, and then also, Indiana, you got to help me out with this. Like, I just think Kanye West is tripping, because he's like, I guess he's jealous because now, Jay-Z is hooking up with Justin, right? Because it was Jay-Z and Kanye, and sometimes that happens because now there's like an interracial relationship because now Jay-Z is with Justin Timberlake, and he just gets mad about everything. What is his problem?
I think he's lost since his mommy died.
Oh, for real?
I really think so. You know what? If I could see Kanye, and I'm sure I will run across him one day.
Right.
I'm going to tap him on the shoulder. I'm like, what would your mama say?
Ooh, we should totally do a segment like that. What would your mama say?
What would your mama say? All this hell you've been raising.
It's not cute. And he probably is lost. He's lost in like Kim Kardashian's ass, because like it's how's he gonna find his way back? That is my main concern for Kanye. Is you're supposed to clap. How are you gonna find your way back from being lost in Kim Kardashian's ass? You know what I'm saying? It's crazy.
He probably has a belt.
Yeah.
He probably has one of those harness belts and he just came down the mountain like that, you know what I'm saying? So he could probably just climb back out. I believe in Kanye. I don't think he would get lost in Kim's ass.
Right, and since we're in Oz, my husband and I, we totally went and saw Oz last week, and that was totally fabulous. And in the movie The Wizard of Oz, or the Oz, the Great, whatever, there was like the Wicked Witch and stuff like that. And speaking of the Wicked Witch, Elizabeth Hasselbeck from The View, all that drama. Did you hear about that? It was like she's on the show, she's off the show. That Big Mama Barbara Walters had to like do like a video and be like,
how does she do that voice? I don't like that Barbara Walters. Like you do it whenever you get serious.
Well, this is my Barbara Walters. We love Elizabeth here at the. I don't know why I turned her into an English lady. I'm sorry, Barbara, but she does this. I love Barbara Walters because she always keeps it on board 100 with everybody. But this is what I want to know. I'm going to ask this question one more time. I've said it before. How did she get measles, the shingles at such, all the phases she been in? That really, I can't believe she went that long and didn't catch the chicken pox or anything.
Okay, shingles is not the only thing like on her roof. I'll just say that, okay? But anyway, so, again, back to the Wicked Witch, Elizabeth Hasselbeck, whatever her name is.
Yeah.
Like, I just want her gone. You know what I'm saying?
You don't like her? I like her. You know why I like her? Because it shows you just how insipid the Republicans can be.
No, it shows you how all that bleach penetrates your scalp and makes you crazy. Okay, that's what it shows you.
Well, this is where I'm going. I mean, anyone who goes on Survivor.
True.
Anyone who goes on Survivor, how much do you expect from them, Jorge?
That's
Give
true.
the girl a break. Like, she doesn't really even pass the lunch counter test. You could probably pick her out of the lunch counter and say she's crazy.
Right, and no tea, no shade at Destiny's Child because that was a cute video, even though Michelle almost fell off the raft. But anyway, that's cute. Okay, anyways. So, coming up on the Jorge show, like I said, we have a very special guest. Okay, we're gonna get a little serious, but I don't know because I say that, but then Ellen's actually gonna be on, and then he's gonna be tripping. I know this man so well, but I need all of you to pay attention, especially for you men who do not like to communicate, open your mouths and talk about a situation, okay? And that's what we're gonna do today. So, we'll be right back. It's Tampa Bay's New Happy Hour, the Jorge Show, and my homegirl on the side.
This is Evelyn Morel, your financial mixologist, and I work on getting your puzzle together when it comes to your tax life. Guys, I have a good tax tip for you today, and this is for all of my business owners. Small businesses, make sure that you track your miles every time you go to a new job, every time you go to buy your products for your job. Take all of those miles so you can get credit at the end of the year. Another thing, keep an envelope or a box, something that is liable for you in the car. Every time you get out of your car and you go and buy something or pay anything for your business, make sure you keep the records with you. Our job is to make sure that every credit and every deduction that you have throughout the whole year for your business is taken into place. And that was the tax tip of today. Y soy Evelyn Morel con Value Tax Prep y usted está mirando el Jorge Show.
Rob, what's up? How's it going? Guys, this is my cousin Rob from Michigan.
What's up?
He's a teenager.
Hey, what's totally. All right. Oh, hey, you want to slow down?
No.
Really? Huh. Hey, you know what a beautiful animal is? A horse. A horse. Yeah. Beautiful mane. Unbelievable muscle tone. When it runs, it looks like poetry in motion. It's the most beautiful thing on earth. And sometimes when you feed a horse, its lips will tickle your hand. Just tickle it just a little bit. It makes me giggle sometimes. I don't know. I guess what I'm trying to say is, if you don't slow down, I'm gonna bite into your head like an apple. And thanks, guys, for listening to my horse stories. I could talk about ponies all day long.
Hi, this is Keisha Pickett with BlackInTheBay.com, your online connection to everything that's Black in the Bay. We're here providing updates for the Jorge Show. Coming up, we have the Miss Wheelchair Florida 2013 pageant, April 5th and 6th at the Hilton Carillon in St. Petersburg, Florida. The pageant is still looking for contestants, so if you are of age, you must have wheels, and want to be a contestant, then make sure you find out more information on how you can be the next queen as Miss Wheelchair Florida. Also coming up, the Ivory Club presents an Evening in Africa dinner, dance, and auction April 13th at the Wyndham West Shore. It'll be a night full of vibrant outfits and culture, lots of great music and dancing. Also, we have the men of the Omega Psi Phi Fraternity Incorporated coming right here to the Bay Area for their district meeting the first weekend in April. There will be lots of activities and nice fun for all to enjoy. And please save the date, April 27th, for the Bold and the Beautiful Masquerade Affair. It's aboard the Starship Yacht cruise ship. All right, so make sure you guys come out to support this fundraiser, which will raise funds for the Skills Center and the National Pink Tie Organization. All this information and more can be found at thejorgeshow.com. Once again, this is Keisha Pickett with Black in the Bay.
Thank you. Yeah, actually, on my show, I actually encourage everyone to tweet and Facebook and all that kind of fun stuff. But anyways, again, you're watching Tampa Bay's New Happy Hour, and I'm here with a very special friend of mine. His name is Alan Reynolds. Welcome, Alan, to the Jorge Show.
Thanks. Kind of weird because this is the first time I've ever done something like this. So.
Oh, I know, and I know that we had a conversation a while back,
right?
And about having you on and speaking about your situation and your story, and that's exactly what I want to start with.
Okay.
Let's talk about first of all what your condition is.
Okay. I was diagnosed with non-Hodgkin's lymphoma on July 28th, 2011. There are just some dates that you never forget. And that just happens to be one of them that you never forget. I mean, you never forget your birthday. You never forget, when, obviously your birthday, your mom's birthday, your dad's. Sometime you might forget. But that's one day that was very difficult.
Okay, now let's, for the people who don't know what that is, explain to them what the type of cancer that you have.
Okay, the type of cancer that I have is non-Hodgkin's lymphoma. But there's a Hodgkin's lymphoma and then there's a non-Hodgkin's lymphoma, which mine is in particular was a large diffuse B cell, which means that the cancer cells just grow into a huge mass. Mm-hmm. And the way that I recognized or that I realized that I found out that I had it was because I used to work out a lot at the gym, and so one day I was doing bench press and I felt a knot under my arm and I thought it was just I had pulled a muscle. Well, the pain never went away, and then it just kind of kept getting bigger and bigger and bigger, and I had seen 3 doctors prior to actually getting diagnosed, but by that time it was like the half the size of a football sitting on my chest. So if you can imagine what a football looks like and just cut that in half and sit it on your chest, that's how big it was. And so when I finally got diagnosed at St. Joseph's Hospital, the doctor came back and I didn't even have to continue telling him the story. He just immediately went and got a PET scan and a CT scan and came back and told me. So you can imagine I'm sitting there wondering what's going on. And I think that anybody who's ever been told for the first time that they have cancer, it's just unreal, disbelief, immediately start crying. Who am I going to call?
Right.
What's supposed to happen now? I'm going to die.
Okay, and you know what? And I didn't interrupt him on purpose because I know I always just cut people off. But I wanted him to make sure that he was very clear and that you were paying attention to the information, that you're getting right now. Because, we had this conversation before and you were telling me that, people know about all of women's issues with cancer, all of the cancer issues with children, and how there's so many different support groups for them and they have resources. But when it comes to guys, what has been your experience?
Right. With me, my experience has been, I'm getting treated at Moffitt Cancer and Research Center. And obviously when we talked before, it was one of those things when you see all the commercials, you see women in breast cancer, you see, leukemia with kids, but you rarely ever see men talk about it. But now what they talk about is just testicular cancer. And that's the only thing, that's not the only part of our anatomy that we can get cancer.
I know,
Hello,
right?
It's like we got a whole entire body here in which when I was telling you about that is when I asked about the support groups, and they said, well, we don't hardly get any men here to talk about it because, of course, men don't like to talk. And unfortunately, except for, well, we know one likes to talk, but,
I'm really a lady, so.
Well, don't tell your
I feel
secrets.
you, I know.
but yeah, it was very difficult for me to find some type of support. And even though they do have groups, and one nurse that I was like, oh yeah, you can come now. It might be just all women talking about breast cancer and relationships and stuff like that, and how it affects their sex lives or their relationships with men. And I'm sitting up and thinking, well, what am I supposed to talk about? You know, and I'm sitting up here thinking, oh, I'm losing my hair. Oh, bald is in. I was like, but it's not by choice that I'm bald.
Right, and
I don't want to talk about that.
Like people are like, oh, you're cute. What's your problem, right?
Yeah.
Because you did mention that you were like, you know, sometimes people look at me and they don't really, you know, because you look cute. And so they don't even really think that, oh, don't worry about it, you look good bald. Like, you know, does that make you feel good, or what's up with that?
Well, no, at first, let me tell you, I got angry. I was really mad because people would keep saying, oh, a bald is in, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, why would you? Of course, I wouldn't say it out loud in public. I'd get home, I'd write in my journal, you know. I'm sitting up here thinking, it's not by choice that I'm bald. If I wanted to be bald, I would shave my head and be bald. But it's because of a disease. I lost my hair not by choice. You know, cancer chose me. I didn't choose cancer.
Right.
And unfortunately, I didn't have a family history of cancer because that was the first question they asked me was, well, do you have a history of cancer in your family? No, nobody in my family has cancer. So how did you get it? I don't know. It just happened, you know? There's a lot of things that I wish I had the answers to, but that's one of them I just don't know.
The other thing too, in that prior conversation, and I'm actually really glad that we didn't, you know, take the opportunity to kind of disclose your story then, because now we have the opportunity to share with a lot more people, you know, and that's pretty exciting in itself, you know, sharing your story and that you're courageous and brave enough to even be on television talking about this and putting it out there. But this is where you keep it real, right? And seriously, no, this is where Alan totally kept it real. Because, you know, like when you get sick or people get sick or you go through some sort of drama and bitches be like, did I just say that? I did. Yeah. And so bitches be like, oh, well, you know, what can we do to help? And Alan was like, I don't know, pay my light bill, you know? I don't know.
Buy me food.
Buy me some food. I mean, what kind of question is that? Because you were, in that first, you were like, I don't understand. Like, what do you mean? Like, oh, what can I do? Like, hello? It's like, because the cancer, you haven't been able to work.
Right.
Okay, and you, I mean, this man is an educated professional. Aren't you a clinical psychotherapist?
No, I do therapy. I do family and adolescent
therapy. See, bam, perfect for this show because I can use all the free therapy I can get. You know what I'm saying? And not only that, but you were like the commissioner of the softball league and everything. So, and you were involved in Pride on 7th, the not-for-profit diversity event in Tampa, right? And we had a blast doing that.
No, that was fun.
I mean, he's just a stellar. He's a stellar dude. You know, so I mean, and you're like, you know, of course, you know, pay my light bill. I just thought that was, I mean, to me, that was like perfect, the perfect thing to say. And why is it that people feel so like?
Well, you know, and it's, well, let me back up a little bit because since July, since I got diagnosed, I've actually have had recurrences of the cancer. So I'm actually, as of this past Tuesday, I had the 5th cancer treatment. So I've gone through a lot of chemo, a lot of radiation. And so, but the cancer is so aggressive now. So it's not like, you know, I've gone through many transformations throughout that process. So I think at this point, I actually have this radioactive drug in me right now. That's sort of like radiation therapy, but it's a drug.
Right.
So I'm glowing.
You are glowing, with or without drugs.
But yeah, so right now I just did that on Tuesday. So I had 2 cancer drugs done on Tuesday. So I'm kind of tired. I actually fatigued right now, so I'm just pulling this energy out.
For you? Yeah. Oh my goodness.
From somebody who never gets tired, I'm sure.
Okay. So now the next step is because you wanted to make sure that we share this.
Right.
Okay. And there's something that people can do to help, and then we have the website. You guys can go to thejorgeshow.com and get the information. But what can people do to help? You know, that if they don't pay your light bill.
Right. Okay, well, if you don't buy food or pay a light bill, go on the website to Be The Match. Just type in Be The Match in the search engine, and what will happen is the website, the first thing will come up, and that's for bone marrow donors. And one of the things that people don't understand is, you know, we don't like to read. We just want somebody to tell us stuff.
true.
Well, what am I supposed to do? Am I supposed to, ooh, girl, I got to give blood or something? No, all you have to do is not like that. All you have to do is basically, you go to the website, you register, they send you a kit, and you do a cheek swab. I think you do 2 or 3, and you just send it back. And they do what they call a genetic matching.
Okay, cool.
And if you become a donor, now maybe not for me, but you might be a donor for
someone else.
And
Exactly.
then that process continue where they call you, they ask you if you still want to donate, and then you just go from that process. But there's stem cells. It's not the blood. It's stem cells, which are separated from the blood in that process, and then you go on there. And it's like, I ain't nobody finna drill in my bones and get my marrow. It's like, that's not about that. It's like,
not about
just
that.
read. It's very simple. It's easy to read.
Right, just read, right, people?
You know how y'all people is.
Right.
Well, very quickly, statistically speaking, 80% of people on the registry are Caucasians. 20% are other minorities.
Okay.
So that puts me at a minority because that's the only way that I could possibly have my cancer in remission is to get a donor.
Okay.
And right now, I
Listen up, blackandthebay.com. That's why we do this, blackandthebay.com. Okay, that's why we do this. Listen
get
up.
on the registry.
Help.
No, ain't nobody coming to get into your business. They just want to know that you're a match if you work and help me because I need to live. I want to live.
Absolutely, and you are living.
Right.
And don't be not match.com because all of a sudden y'all be trying to find somebody to hook up with. No,
I ain't
we don't
that
want
kind
you
of
to
living.
hook up with somebody. We want you to help somebody with it. Okay?
Yeah, pay my bills. I need some food, y'all. I just went to the grocery store.
Well, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for
And I'm
asking
so
me.
happy that we were able to do this. And more information will be on thejorgeshow.com. Alan, you're a superstar and a hero. And
Thank
yes,
you.
you are glowing. It's good to see you.
You too. Thanks.
Listen up. We have some kiki to do. You should be tipsy for right about now. All right, so when we get back, all the girls are going to be here. We have Keisha Pickett from Pickett PR. Indiana's going to come back. And yes, she's here. And you know who I'm talking about. It's a mom alert. You're watching The Jorge Show. We'll be right back.
Safety doesn't happen by accident. Alert today, alive tomorrow.
This is Indiana Davis, and you're watching Tampa Bay's new happy hour, The Jorge Show. Take that, people. That's what you get.
Hey everybody, this is Jay Nathan and you're watching the Tampa Bay's new Happy Hour. The Jorge Show. And what?
And you're watching Tampa Bay's New Happy Hour, the Jorge Show. And I have Mom on to my right and Miss Keisha Pickett on my left. It's almost like if we were in Oz, I wonder which one of us would be the good witch. It would probably be the one wearing white. Hi, Mama. How are you?
All right.
Welcome back to the show.
Thank you.
You look cute.
Of course.
Oh my God, thank you so much for sending the fairy mermaids to help me clean my house. You know, and it's funny, early, and Miss Pickett, totally, she's like, thank you for doing that, because I totally put blackandthebay.com on blast.
Yeah.
And she said, what,
I've snatched our wig, and that's fine, that's right. Our African-American people need to register so that we can be a match for people like that. So I will make sure that Black in the Bay blast that out.
Awesome. And I love your little Black in the Bay moments.
Thank you, darling.
I think that is so cute.
It'll get cuter, just wait.
I know, and you know what I love about is the intro music. Right. Anyway, so earlier this week, I was on Facebook, like I am all the times, and I asked all of you, what were some of the household chores that you did that you hated to do when you were a child that you do now, which is kind of like the inspiration for the video that I had prior in the beginning of the show. So special super shout out to the Merry Maids in St. Petersburg. They're so cute, and thank you so much for participating with that. I know I kind of like sprung that on you, but is that what you do when I leave my house? Because I was kind of like, wait a minute, I thought because I thought you were acting, but when I was in the car thinking about it, I'm like, y'all just seem really natural doing all that. You know what I'm saying? Because I know when I was a kid, I was very good about making sure I did all of my chores, right, Mom?
You didn't do any.
Oh. Yes, I did. I just made sure that, that everything was managed correctly.
Really?
Right.
When was that?
Which is why he needs a fairy Marys right now.
Thank you. You know what? Why you want to be tripping? You didn't do nothing.
My job was to be the good son. That's
No. You were supposed to be the good son to tell me about your brothers and your sister.
Right?
That was your job.
You did a good job, I'm sure.
That was your job, honey.
See? And I got fired because I'm not a tattletale.
Oh.
Anyways, Keisha, what were some of the things that you hated to do when you were a child?
Well, I think my worst chore would probably be dusting.
Dusting. Oh, yes. Dusting.
It's so tedious, and it's stuff flying everywhere. And then it's like, if you don't vacuum first, you got to dust again because the stuff from the floor flies up. It's like...
Well, it's so funny because I have a friend whose name is Justin Bousquet who watches the show from Atlanta. What's up?
Hey, Justin.
It's his birthday. Happy birthday, Justin. And it's so funny because, he's a banker and he's always ironing his clothes. He doesn't send his clothes to the dry cleaners. And I never understood, and I just thought that he enjoyed it. And he was the first person I hate ironing. But I'm I thought you liked it because I would give him my stuff. Here, iron this too.
Why not?
Anyway, so moving right along, and then I was also on Facebook earlier, and I wanted to know, like, as we were talking about this, and it kind of goes right along in that theme of cleaning house. Like, is it cute to snoop?
Yeah, I believe in snooping. I do.
Why do you believe in snooping?
Because sometimes you want to know what's going on. You're just curious. You just want to snoop.
Do you snoop?
Well, you know what? I am a trustful person. You have to give me a real good reason to snoop, because I figure if you go looking for something, you're damn sure going to find it.
You're going to find some
drama. You're going to find it,
drama.
and you have to be ready to find the information that you're looking for.
No. It doesn't matter if you have an excuse or not. You just snoop.
You
have to be 2 steps ahead of the game, girl.
Oh, no, I know. I'm not saying that I've never snooped. And I'm not saying that I never
well,
will.
Say it. You know you snoop. You don't have no
I
reason.
have snooped before.
Oh, thank you. That's all I gotta say. Yes,
Indiana,
yeah.
do you snoop? No, where's
But
your
you
microphone?
gonna snoop? Indiana don't have nobody.
No, I do not snoop. I'm not a snooper. I believe in privacy.
Alice, do you snoop?
You know what? You're right.
But they did say over here that
the mother is the biggest snoop.
Yes.
And does Jorge snoop?
No.
He's good.
You know what? It's
right.
different when you're a parent than when you're
You know
in
you
a
all
relationship.
you all be lying.
Well, you know what?
That's all I gotta say.
Don't
be tripping.
Well, according to Alexis, it's cute to snoop, just don't get caught.
Right.
That's the point. Don't get caught.
Ah, well, that's...
And make sure when you're reading emails that you click it for it to look new again.
Oh.
Yes.
Yeah, I would
Yes.
be so... I am the worst. I would be so busted because I leave everything everywhere. I'm just like, oh, wow.
Like single people, okay.
Yeah.
Like if you call somebody, right? Mm-hmm. And then when you hang up, you got the redial. Mm-hmm. So you put the weather thing. So that way you know. When push redial, you just get the weather station.
Oh. Okay, and the other thing is we were kicking about earlier too. The whole big deal with Yahoo and their CEO who told everybody that they had to come back to the office and not work from home, which was the inspiration for my working at home video.
Right.
So I went and asked everyone. I did a little survey, and you know what? And some girl was like, I just said, do you prefer a lady boss or a man boss? And this girl was like, that's too cut and dry. I'm like, well, then just answer the question. Or don't answer them, but just don't post stuff like that on my Facebook page. I'm like, girl, just make up your mind. But anyway, so I want to know. Indiana, who's out there? Who got a job in the audience?
I am a boss. I don't like a lady boss or a man boss because I am a boss.
Okay.
I prefer a woman boss.
Okay, but I want to know, like, why? Please give us an explanation.
I prefer a woman boss because she knows what's going on. She's on top of everything. A man boss never seems to know where anything is at and has to ask you to get his things together for his interviews or his meetings.
Well, that's the way I like. That's why I like a man boss, because they don't know what's going on.
They don't.
Because that's the way I like it.
Well, I need a boss that knows what's going on. I can't be in 2 places at one time.
She's actually trying to do her job, Mama. That's why.
Well,
that's why.
For me, you know what? You know that you got away with a lot of things, though.
Anyways, Alexis, if you're watching, call us because I got the phone. I want to hear what you have to say. Now, the thing is, like, this is where, like, we're having, because I've had, did I ever have a boss who was a man's? I'm trying to remember. No, I don't think I've ever really had a man boss. I don't think they would ever hire me because I think they're like intimidated by
all your fabulousness.
All my fabulousness. You know what I'm saying? It's like, oh no, we can't have. He's too ambitious, or eager. I've always had like lady bosses, and I've always had very, very positive experiences with them, like on an individual situation, because. What would happen is I would have like a lady boss friend and we would be cute. But then my lady boss friend wouldn't like my BFF girlfriends and it would be like drama. And then they wouldn't like the lady boss friend and all that. And so which brings me to my next topic that I was talking about earlier. Was like, everyone's like, well, Jorge, who are all your BFFs? I'm like, well, I have a lot of lady friends, don't I?
Lady friends you can have, BFFs you can't have many.
Moi.
Right, okay.
Hello.
But anyways, there was like an issue because now my Twitter following has gone up a little bit kind of thing. And there's different people following me just claiming my, that they're my BFF and stuff like that. And so like one of my one of the original BFFs, had like an issue with that. So, which was, Alexa's. And apparently there's all these people who are following me on Twitter and I don't really know who they are. And I got a hashtag.
A hashtag?
Yeah, I said pound my new gay BFF. First of all, it could just be BFF. You don't have to, everybody knows. But, I'm not trying to hide anything, but gee whiz, there's more to me than that, right?
Right. They have to work for that.
Oh, see?
It's to be earned. It is not to just be taken. We worked hard over the years to
I
be
know that I have my
BFFs.
title, so.
Well, your title
all
is
share.
not to be moved. You are the queen.
Hello, but you all share with it because I know I come first.
Absolutely.
That's all I gotta say. I don't have no problem.
Yes, ma'am. Because we love you too. You like our BFF too.
Have you ever, now the thing is, have you ever had an issue though, whenever like your BFFs was also somebody that you worked with?
No, because I don't get that close to people I work with.
Oh.
You have to keep your business and your personal a little bit separate.
That's a good idea.
But you're really good at that, right?
Oh, yes.
Oh, how about in the audience, Indiana? Does anybody in the audience?
What?
The audience, does anyone have any issues with their BFFs?
Not I. I'm cool with BFFs. I don't take BFFs on very readily.
Anybody else? How about you? How about the young man in the corner? Have you had any issues with a lady boss or a man boss?
No,
or maybe
not a problem.
No problem?
No problems at all.
Lady boss, man boss, no problems.
Oh, okay. Well, that's cute.
We don't have no problems. We ain't having problems over here. We're the peanut gallery. We're happy.
I guess so.
Kidding me?
Okay, well, on the Jorge show, we were a very happy professional family here, and unless, you're Erica, and sometimes I stress you out. Erica is our technical director in the control room, which does a fabulous job. Thank you. Thank you. Anyways, again, so thank you, ladies, for being here. Thank you, Mom, for being here. Thank you, Miss Pickett.
Absolutely.
Again, if you want to know any more about blackandthebay.com, just go to thehorrorshow.com because she has her own page there to find out about the events that she talked about earlier. And of course, Evelyn Morrell, who is our financial mixologist. You can find her information there as well. For those of you who need to manage your coins a little bit better, let me tell you, that girl, I came home and I was like, I'm gonna be the superstar today. Anyways, thank you, audience, for being here. And get your coins in gear. Yes. And it's happy hour. Have a safe and great weekend, and we will see you next Friday. Okay? Now, also, the other thing is, I want to thank Alan Reynolds for being here because that was like really special, sharing that story, and it's like really, really important. Thank you, Alan. You want to wave, Alan? Awesome. All right. So make sure that we are totally supportive. And then I mentioned this earlier today, and I want to announce to everyone that we at the Jorge Show, guess what? It's gonna be season 2. We're coming back for a second season. That's what you clap. Which, it's so funny. I find very interesting because I'm like, oh, really? I get to do it again? And so in my blog, The Mixologist, I kind of wrote like an open letter to all of you, kind of explaining, why I was doing this, what was the motivation and things like that. So you really, you should really like read it, and that way you can get to know just a little bit more about the whole reason why we have the Jorge Show. It's like I said, like if you read it, you're gonna find out that it is the Jorge Show. Yes, that is my nombre, but it's not all about me, and it's not all about you, right? It's all about us. And with that, have a great weekend. Thank you, audience.